Baking soda and sea salt before workout, good. Baking soda is supposed to actually, it's your bicarbonate. This works not bad. I like to take an espresso shot instead, but if that works for you, you can definitely do that with the baking soda. There's a lot of people they actually take it, baking soda as a pre-workout sometimes. Because what happened is technically it's supposed to kind of get rid of the lactic acid buildup in your muscle, and that's why they tend to do it. This is by kind of leading to drop in pH and to kind of get rid of a lot of the fatigue, for example, right? So being alkaline more on your small intestine more than anything. I just got off PPI after using for a month and very acidic and stomach pain. Any advice? Food combining, fasting, take bicarbonate, digestive enzymes, so you can actually lower that level of acidity in the gut. Hi, good night. Good now, join in. Hey Jade, how are you? What you guys talking about? Oh, we're talking about baking soda or bicarbonate. Baking soda for as a pre-workout. Some people are actually use that. It just gets rid of the lactic acid, helps with weightlifting, and it kind of enhances the body's pH levels. So it's not bad. Some people like it. I'd rather take like an espresso shot myself, but you know, that goes back to you guys again. Every person has their own ways. Make a flea spray with 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 cup of ACV, and 1 cup of water. A flea spray. That sounds good. I should try it out. Your thoughts on alkaline water? Alkaline water is bullshit. Everything goes to your system is still gonna actually get acidified in your gut before it actually bypasses to your small intestine. So alkaline water is more of bullshit, more of a scam, I think, more than anything. And when is the best time to take niacin? Anytime. It doesn't have to be, if you're comparing it to like statin, it doesn't have to be like statins where you're supposed to take it before you sleep because that's when your body produces the most cholesterol level. You can take it during daytime, lunch, or even dinner. It's a personal preference. So there's no specific time frame for it or anything like that. And it depends on the dose you take. You can take anywhere from 250 to about 500 milligrams of the niacin. You don't have to take such a high dose based on what you're trying to accomplish. 500, it has to be a flushed version. The flushed version is going to actually work on your lipids. If you don't do a flushed version, then it's not going to work on your lipids at all. Wait, mixing baking soda and ACV won't that cause it to neutralize acid? Well, the person that was saying making baking soda and ACV was supposed to be actually like a spray for flea. I'm not saying you take them together at all. If you want to take them, you take them separately, not together. One you can take as a workout supplement, one you can take it, or you can take it to actually increase your pH, or one you can take it to actually increase your acidity. It's totally two different things. You would never take them together at all. I don't know why my phone is not charging. Like, okay, there we go. I think it's charging right now. I'll try it out, Tina. I'm gonna actually try it out because I need it. I need one here. We get lots. I don't know if it works on Works on yeast dogs and when they constantly let their paws spray on it. Okay. I'm gonna look into that. Maybe make some for Duke. He's just in a tiny house right now trying to take a nap. He's been up since he got me up at 4 o'clock this morning. Also works on yeast dogs when they get constantly let their paws spray on it. Okay, that's good to know. My phone charges and it disconnects. Dogs, what would we do without them? They actually, that's what makes us happy, having a pet to look after. I don't know why my phone is not charging, it's like dying. First today my phone stopped working for like all day long and now it doesn't want to even charge. Give me a second, guys. I don't know what's going on. My phone is almost dead. These chargers, after a while, they give up. It's like you're forced to buy a new phone all over again. Let's see if that works. I can't do dogs, probably would keep a cat thought. Well, cats are not bad, I guess. Less work maybe. Hi Maurice, maybe you have an idea. I had a surgery on my eye. You'll talk to me because of retinal detached. Okay. So as a retinal detachment, you'll have to actually strengthen it. You can use taurine. Taurine works really, really good actually for the eyes. You can use bilberry, you can use lutein. Just wondering if I can still go back to the gym, not for now, maybe in the future. Oh yeah, it's gonna take some time. You can't do it right away because it's gonna put a lot of stress on your retina. I think the wait time is anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks. You actually have to let your eyes relax and heal properly, and that is a must. Sounds like Ronaldo. Best source of taurine, just make sure you're getting it in powder form. That will actually help speed up the process. It's really, really good. This is the one I use. I actually buy one locally here. What is it? It's a Canadian. The one Duke. The one I take is a Canadian version. This is the one I take actually. It's by Canprov. But I'm sure you can find one. They're all very, very similar. They all use about two or three different companies. It should be. You can probably order it from iHerb. You can definitely order from iHerb, and I'm sure they ship to the Philippines. Definitely check into it. High lipoprotein A, what should I do? High lipoprotein A is genetic. How high are we talking? Like 300, 400? What's the height of your lipoprotein A? Mine was in the upper 400. It's a genetic, but you can actually reduce it. I've reduced mine down to like 40 right now. Oh, 164. That's not bad, but it's still pretty high. You can reduce it with niacin, lysine, and proline. And it depends on the individual. Sometimes you would need collagen. Lysine, 3000 milligrams. Proline, 3000 milligrams. And niacin, you gotta take almost 250 milligrams every 4 hours. And it's gonna probably take you about 2 years to 3 years to lower it. It's a long process. Proline 3000 milligrams, yes. I ordered Manuka honey 20 plus EMF from iHerb. Cost me $100 Canadian. That's expensive. Why didn't you get it from Costco? Costco sells it for like a fraction of the price. What is being lowered, please? Oh, we're talking about LP small a. How to lower your lipoprotein small a. It's a genetic issue. The UMF is low. It is low. 20 is very low. It's not that high. And to spend $100 on that, it is very, very expensive. You could have got it from Costco. I think the one they have is like 100 or something. I bought one before. About all that stuff, all that hype on the Manuka honey and stuff like that. Unless you're using it on a continuous basis, it's almost like a waste of money. What can I use to improve vision? You can use bilberry, you can use lutein, you can use taurine, you can use nitric oxide. All that stuff works great. Yeah, I wouldn't bother buying I wouldn't bother buying the honey with the UMF and the Manuka honey unless you're gonna be constantly using it on a daily basis for at least 6 months to a year before you actually notice a huge difference in the gut health and all that and the enzymatic function. If you're just gonna buy it once in a blue moon and stuff, it's not really gonna do you any good. It's expensive for nothing. Any advice for receding hair? Receding hair is usually two things, either a thyroid malfunctioning or low in copper. And you cannot just take copper, you actually have to take peptides of copper. Because if you take copper at a high dose, you can actually get a toxic effect in your liver. Hi Maurice, my mom memory getting worse. Anytime can be done. You can give her L-theanine and MCT oil. Is green honey real? Is green honey? What do you mean green honey? What's your thoughts about drinking out of a copper cup? I do it. You get roughly about 2 milligrams of copper per 1 liter of water only. Not a whole lot. But it's a little bit better than nothing. Where do you get peptides? You have to get them locally. If you're in the US, you have to get them from the US. If you're in Canada, you have to get them from Canada. You cannot just ship across because they'll get stopped on customs and you end up spending way too much money. What are your thoughts on lion's mane? I've tried 6 different companies. It didn't really work for me. You guys can try it yourself. If it is gonna work, that's awesome. I am doing right now another test on another one. It's called mushroom coffee, and it does have lion's mane. We'll make some right now with you guys, but I've been on it 2 days now, still haven't felt anything. Lysine for lipoprotein, and what is the dosage? Lysine is 3000 milligrams. Hello, miss you. Don't plan to pay your light bill. It's over 2 months now. How? What? Don't plan to pay your light bill. It's over 2 months now. Interesting. How much taurine to improve vision? You gotta take 3000 milligrams every 4 hours for the first 90 days. After 90 days, you can go down to 1000 milligrams 3 times a day. What do you do for low iron? Eat some steaks and an iron skillet. So you got lutein and bilberry as well too for the eyes. Or you, even if you can afford it, buy some astaxanthin. Come on, I'm waiting for the phone to charge up so I can sit down because the cable does not reach. Maurice, hi, hey Mary, how are you? Can you tell us about cayenne pepper? What would you like to know about cayenne pepper? What would you like to know about cayenne pepper? For cardiovascular, think of it as a blood stimulation, as a bus driver for nutrients, improve circulation, antioxidants. The only downfall is some people end up having what do you call it? Hemorrhoids if they take too much. It does work, but you need at least 90,000 heat units or higher. It does kind of conflict with blood thinner medications. Other than that, that's about it. It doesn't do anything else. It's not gonna give you any support of vitamins or minerals or anything else. It has to be added with other things to actually get a good support for it, other than a blood stimulation and blood thinner and tastes good on food. That's about it. What is the best diet for you if you suffer from low blood sugar? Not high. Complex carbs every meal? You could. But it's mostly you gotta check your pancreas to find out what's happening. I saw a video talking about a book saying that eggs are bad for body. Now I'm confused. Whoever tells you eggs are bad has no clue what they're talking about. Maurice, please answer my question. What was your question? Please retype it again. It probably went up on the screen very fast. And if I don't answer your question, it's probably is blocked. What are you suggestion for PSA prostate 430 PSA for prostate cancer is 500? Send me a message. I'll send you some information on it. I can't suggest anything on live. I'll get banned for specific issues, especially when it comes down to cancers. Is L-theanine or L-carnitine better for cognitive function? And does L-theanine also give weight loss? L-carnitine will give you the weight loss and is good for cognition. L-theanine actually will hit your cognition as well, same time, but much faster than the L-carnitine. But you need acetyl L-carnitine for the brain, not your regular L-carnitine. 33 weeks pregnant, anxiety, overthinking, can't sleep when anxious, my throat locks up. Take some L-theanine. 29 years old, burning down there for 2 months, been on antibiotics, did nothing. Go buy some D-Menos and take 500 milligrams every 2 hours for 5 days. You'll be fine. For memory is good, MCT oil, and what was the other one? L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid. I gave you the answer, Marie. Go start using it right away. Yes, L-theanine. Niacin dosage. Start with 500 milligrams with last meal of the day. You guys, I give you a lot of answers, like very, very fast, and a lot of good answers. So your support would be great, guys. Whether you're getting an ebook or giving me a like or supporting donating the channel would be great. But there's a lot of stuff I can give you guys. Yes, Maurice just curious. Okay, not to answer it too personal. I just want to know your beliefs. My beliefs in what? I did purchase your ebook. Thank you. Awesome, Mary. Thank you. Supplemental for healthy liver. I have an ebook you can download right now for free to actually support your liver and detoxify. Go to my website and download it, please. Some comments are being blocked, guys. Whoever's sending me something is being blocked right now. So I'm not ignoring you. Just your message is being blocked. You have to rewrite it somehow. Like you believe in manifestation and universe, your perception on life. I take it day by day. Take it as it comes. As long as you're thankful and you're happy, that's all we count for. You can't do no less, no harm, or nothing more than that. I did take a cranberry extract dose. It worked the same. Not the same as the D-Menos, if that's what you're trying to get to. I take cinnamon Ceylon every day. Okay. That's good for anti-inflammation, but if you take too much, you can actually, it causes estrogen reaction. Yeah, it should be fine because all we're doing is just kind of going after your UTI. You probably have a UTI infection. That's what's happening. And D-Menos is a type of sugar molecule, has nothing to do with your pregnancy. I take berberine every day. You're supposed to cycle it every 45 days. You're saying it's interstitial cystis. Who's telling you that? Did you do a test for it, or is that what the doctor has been telling you? What's your thoughts on ivermectin? That's in the horse paste. I use it. I can't say anything else on that other than I use it for the ivermectin. I can't really tell you how or why. I'll get banned. My feet burn in bed. Low fat diet fixes it. How do you assume low fat diet will fix it? Can you explain? Culture came negative, blood work, kidney, everything good, burning after urination. The only reason you would have burning after urination is an infection, is a parasite. It has nothing to do with anything else. That's the only reason. Everybody gets that, and it's a parasite that actually sits in your bowel system and your bladder, and doctors cannot get rid of it. I've currently using ivermectin horse paste. Are you supposed to do it 3 days on? Look at my cheat sheet. I have written some stuff on the ivermectin. I can't tell you how to use it on here. I'll get banned. They think it's a yeast infection. Okay, Mary, I can't help you with that on here unless you book an appointment with me. I can't just give you information. We're just guessing here. I'm here to kind of, I'll give you guys as many answers as I could, but there's certain questions you guys ask me that we have to go in very, very specific. And if you want to go on very specific, it's best if you book a time and we can sit down and actually draft out a plan. But for me to kind of throw answers at you just like that, and you're gonna ask me one question after the other, I can't do that. You're supposed to cycle berberine every 45 days because what happened is it does have an antibacterial effect. Eventually, you'll probably start to notice that you're becoming a little bit bloated or a little bit fatigued after you eat. How to lower blood pressure. Again, for lowering blood pressure, I did an ebook on how to lower the blood pressure naturally. Download it, please. If you get a chance to download it, go to my website. You can actually download it. That would be excellent. And Maria, if you want to book an appointment, if you click on my picture on the top left corner, it's going to take you to my main page, and there's a website on the bottom. If you click on the website, you can actually access my calendar and you can book a time. Is magnesium malate good for muscle cramps? Um, Not really, but magnesium malate is actually good for as an energy molecule. You want magnesium glycinate to actually help relax, but it's not so much about which form. It's more about your body absorbing the correct magnesium at the cellular level so you can actually reduce the cramping. So magnesium ionic chloride would be like your top. Is L-theanine, how many times should I take? You said 500. L-theanine, you take 200 milligrams, probably like 3 or 4 times a day. L-theanine is different than niacin. Niacin is completely different. So there's two different things. We were talking about niacin to control lipids, L-theanine to control your cognition. So it kind of gets rid of the effect of living in a fight or flight mode. They're both safe in pregnancy. They're both natural vitamins. There's nothing synthetic about them. They're not going to interfere with anything and to do with pregnancy. Just going to get some water, guys. Give me a sec. I'm trying everything, nothing is working, so I'll try that. Nothing is working in regards to what? Hi again. Is there anything that can help IBS? Yes, your lifestyle. It's the food you're consuming. You can definitely do stuff about it. You can take digestive enzymes. You can take hydrochloric acid. All that stuff helps. Anxiety and sleeping. I would take L-theanine. I take L-theanine. Take 200 milligrams with 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before you sleep. That will fix your issue. And it works amazing. And it just knocks you out to sleep and you actually go into deep sleep. Anything to remove gallstones, magnesium malate and magnesium citrate and olive oil and lemon. Gallstones, only reason you have because you're not utilizing the bile correctly. You're not eating enough fats in your diet. Extreme histamine, even in mouth, on scalp, face. What is it called? DAO? To actually reduce histamine, stop eating fermented foods. If anything is causing you histamine issues, there's certain foods you have to stay away from unless you're going to be taking enzyme for the rest of your life. How about magnesium glycinate? What about magnesium glycinate? Works good for relaxation, if that's what you're trying to look for. I'm gonna unplug the phone. Let's see if it. Let's see how much percentage I have, so I can sit down. There we go. Let's come up here. There we go. We can close the door. I can get my chair up here. We can sit down. Nice. And we can make maybe some mushroom coffee at night. I'll see if it'll keep me awake. It's getting pretty chilly right now. It's supposed to actually rain for the next 5 freaking days again. How much MCT to improve memory? Start with about, I take 1 tablespoon a day, but you can't really take 1 tablespoon a day. I take 1 tablespoon almost about 3 times a day. You gotta start with 1/4 teaspoon, John, and work your way up, because if you take as much as I take right now, you're gonna end up spending most of your time on the toilet. It takes time for your body to kind of get used to it. So start slow, 1/4 teaspoon for the first week, second week, maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. If you're feeling good, then you can start to kind of increase. But don't just increase it right away off the start. It'll actually put you in a soft stool effect, like really, really bad. So MCT oil works really good, and mix it with L-theanine. L-theanine works really, really good with MCT actually. Guys, don't do what I'm gonna do. It's 9 p.m. already here, almost 9 p.m. and I'm actually gonna have we're gonna do some mushroom coffee. If it keeps me up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's you guys' fault. We're gonna have some mushroom coffee. I'm hooked on this stuff. This girl, she sent it to me to actually try it out as a sample and do some videos on it. And I've been doing it at night. So this is the one I'm actually gonna do. I have the link. Oops. Maybe I'm not supposed to have any. I'm supposed to actually. This is it. This is what I'm gonna have. It's a mushroom coffee with a whole bunch of mushrooms. It has lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, turkey tail, mateki, shaga, and MCT oil. We're gonna have this. It's called mushroom latte. You guys check it out. I have the link on my profile bio. I just put it up yesterday. I just got this yesterday from the lady. She sent it over to me to try it out, and I'm gonna try some right now. No foods will boost up your acetyl L-carnitine. You gotta take it as a supplement. You won't get enough. Fructose gives me energy. Fructose is will actually eventually cause a fatty liver if you end up taking too much. It actually puts your fructose, your liver in such an overdrive. You gotta be careful. Where are you, country? I'm in Canada. I would drink it in the morning. I know, but I'm gonna drink it now, Nancy. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm testing it. I'm in a testing phase. So I'm gonna see what happens if I drink it now. So we're gonna get in it. There's Arabica coffee, mushroom extract 10-1, cordyceps, lion's mane, MCT oil 8. Oh, nice. Supposed to take 3 teaspoons per cup. We're gonna put 3 teaspoons in a small little espresso shot. So this is gonna be like nice, intense flavor. What can you take to lower little A? Oh, little A. How high is it? That's a gene issue. But you can take lysine, you can take proline, and you can take niacin. We're gonna put 3 teaspoons. That looks good, actually. Oh, 120 is not bad. It's gonna take you probably about 2 years to lower it. Is mushroom the only ingredients in caffeine? No, it's there's coconut milk, there's Arabica coffee, and there's a mix of lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, mitaki, turkey tail, and chaga, all in here, and MCT oil, C8. So we're gonna try it out. I'm just gonna heat up some water and we're gonna see what happens. You have no plan to sleep? Well, I've been up since 4. I don't usually take any naps in the evening or nothing, and I'm gonna see if it keeps me awake or not. I'm curious. I'm curious. It has a nice little smell, actually. I need like a nice hot drink because it's freaking cold right now. The temperature dropped. It's like 12 degrees outside. How long can I take niacin to help lipid? You can take it as long as you want. You can take it for life if you want. Because there is a deficiency you have. But definitely connect with me if you like. We can go over it in details and give you a proper protocol. Book a time with me. We'll talk about it and we can actually watch all your lipids from preventing oxidization. It's not just about taking niacin. It's all about preventing oxidization. Is it healthy to drink soursop tea every day? Possibly. There's some myth about it that actually is good for your cancers and other things, but definitely if you want to drink it every day, go for it. Sure, we'll book time. Awesome. Looking forward to talking to you. Nancy, oh my, that's cold for this time of the year. Nancy, it's we haven't hit like a nice 2 digits. This morning was like 12 degrees, 14 degrees. Now it's dropped to 12. It's gonna drop tonight till about 10. And we're gonna have rain for the next 5 days. And after the 5 days, then we're gonna start to see like a high 2 digits of 20 plus. So we're looking forward to it because all my greenhouse, everything that I actually planted has died. Do you ever come to UK? I've been to UK before 10 years ago. That was the last time. But I'd love to go to UK maybe one day. No, you're not going outside, Duke, at this time. Go in the corner, sleep, or sleep in the bed. You're not going outside unless you need to go pee. Go. Let me put the mattress here. Here. If that's what you want, here. I'll put the carpet here for you. And the window's open for you. You like it nice and cold. Duke likes it nice and cold, and I end up getting freaking freezing at night. Okay, Duke, don't touch me. The water's boiling. Okay, so let's do this. We got the little... Damn. That mushroom actually smells really nice. Usually I would add a little bit more MCT oil and blend it, but we're not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna add some bee pollen to it. Is it recommended to take vitamin K with vitamin D? It's optional. It's optional. Only if you have very high calcium and only if you're not sure what your vitamin D3 level is, then yes, you should take some. Just so you don't end up causing too much calcium. What is bee pollen good for? Think of bee pollen as the mother of all enzymes. It's the main blueprint of all enzymes. So it's very, very strong, and it's probably one of your best multivitamin you can ever have. Amino acids, trace minerals, and blueprint of all the enzymes. Homosexual peptides? I don't know what you're talking about. You're not going there, Duke. No. Is 30K, 30,000 IU vitamin D3 K2 daily is too much? Technically, you're supposed to take vitamin D3 based on your weight level. You take 1,000 IU per 25 pound of body weight. Enzymes meaning your stomach enzymes. Yes, 100%. An amino acid. Natural remedies for allergies, especially when I wake up in the morning. The only reason you have allergies, I'll bet you most of your foods has citric acid infused with it. And citric acid is highly allergic. That's what causes the body to actually have allergic reactions. Is there any certain kind of bee pollen? It's better to get it locally from a local place that actually has it organically and nothing sprayed for the bee pollen. What did you study? I went to YouTube school and I studied. Citric acid is actually derived from corn, and corn is actually usually when it's done, it's a mold, and that's why it causes these allergies. So what you have to do is check in the pantry. Anything that you have that is actually has citric acid, get rid of it because it's not real citric acid that is coming from lemons or citrus. It's actually coming from corn, and it's mold. Actually not bad. Nice flavor. Have you heard of atomic gold? I have to look into it. I don't think I have. No. You know, I get that question asked every single day. Where are you from? What did you study? Where are you from? What did you study? And you know, my answer either gonna be through TikTok education or it's gonna be through YouTube education. So I'm not gonna. I keep answering that question probably like 100 times every single time I do live. Just join. What are you drinking? Oh, I just made some mushroom coffee. This stuff here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has six mushrooms with some coffee and MCT oil. The real question should be, what are you selling? I'm not selling anything. I'm not like other influencers sitting here talking a lot of other bullshit, and at the end of the day, they're trying to sell you something. I don't care about that. I'm just having nice mushroom coffee. If you guys want to try it, I just got it yesterday. Go for it. I eat a strict paleo diet, whole foods, have been over a year. Don't think citric acid is an issue. Citric acid is an issue. Look into it. Citric acid is a massive issue that's actually causing allergies. It's the main cause of allergic reactions. And you're eating strictly the paleo. You've just been doing that for a year. You think within a year, if you actually had an issue in your body, you're just gonna get fixed within a year. If it took years to actually develop, it's gonna take years to actually reverse. Citric acid is not an issue at all. Citric acid is not an issue. How would you know it's not an issue? Where do you think citric acid is coming from, by the way? The one that you see it actually labeled on all the packaged foods. I'd like to book an appointment with you if you can help with hiatal hernia and acid reflux. Yes, I could. If you want to click on the link on the top, Amela, and we can actually go over everything and have a protocol. Would you advise to study aminotherapy? Aminotherapy is good. Actually, I'm a huge fan of amino acids, if that's the one you're talking about. A huge fan, and that's why most of the supplements I like to use are actually strictly being amino acids. What could cause bad odors from within? It's the food you're eating. You're consuming something that is actually being fermented in your body. The question is, what is it? You'll have to actually break everything down and kind of go through it. What's in meat that is not in plants? What are you talking about? The meat I eat are vegans already. I don't know what you're saying. The question is, what is more bioavailable? Grab 1 pound of meat and consume it. Your probably output of pooping would be probably less than a gram. Take 1 pound of vegetables and eat it, or plants, like you're saying, and what's the outcome? Probably the same size. You eat 1 pound, you're gonna actually poop out 1 pound. And do you wonder why some animals they actually eat their poop because they don't get the proper nutrition from the first time? So you think us a human are capable of actually getting all that nutrients? We don't. You'll actually become malnutritioned. 1 pound of meat is equivalent to almost about 9 pounds of eating vegetables, and the same nutrition content if you want to compare it. I can't give you information on how to enlarge prostate. I can get banned. I can't just give you straight out information. You can download my ebook, the cheat book, and it has all the ingredients in there for you to actually reduce the enlarged prostate. Tips on getting rid of kidney stones from the kidney. You can use magnesium citrate and you can stop eating a lot of the oxalates food. What's not true at all about plant versus meat? Plant food has the same protein amino acid as meat. Yeah, I don't think so. Plant food is not a proper full amino acid. Does not have your essential and non-essential amino acid. Hi dear, how are you? Dandelion is good for health like salad. Dandelion is actually good for your kidneys. The problem is you just gotta be careful you're not you end up getting too much oxalates. Flomax works really good for kidney stones. There's another one called, I can't remember the exact name. Shoot. For kidney stones. It's a herb. I have it on my cheat book. I just can't remember the exact name. But yeah, as well, it works good. But the question is, you guys are always looking, okay, he has kidney stones, he can use these products. But the question is, why are you getting the kidney stones? What the hell you're eating that you're getting the kidney stones? And most of it is coming from a lot of foods that contain a lot of oxalates. Mixture of plants can give complete protein. I don't think so. Mixture, you need the plants and nuts and seeds to get a complete protein, not mix of plants. How to lower blood pressure. You can download my ebook on how to lower blood pressure. I have all the steps and all the protocols, how to actually fix a deficiency, check specific blood work, and actually reverse it. Vanadium with chromium for weight loss. Is that what you're trying to do, Millie? Leroy, I'm happy for you that you found a good nutrition source, eating beans and yeast. All the power to you. If you like to thrive on plants and you like to thrive on eating vegan plants, go for it. I have nothing against you. Enjoy it. Make it taste good. Put some sauces on it, some Himalayan sauce maybe, and enjoy it. Maybe make it taste like a steak or make it taste like some type of animal beef delicious. I have nothing against that. If you think that's gonna satisfy you and give you all your essential fatty acids and all your essential amino acid, by all means go for it. So think of eczema. It's on your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. Your skin is infected by what you eat. Can tendonitis be reversed? Yes. If so, thank you for all the answers. Yes, it could be reversed, and it's mostly due to heavy oxalates in the body and heavy crystals in the body. Once you get rid of these crystals or oxalates from the body, tendonitis will actually go away. That ringing in the ears will actually dissipate by itself. And one of your most important mineral in this picture, in this factor, is magnesium ionic chloride to break down further more of the crystals. There are vegan weightlifters that have muscles. That's what they want you to think. because and a lot of them they end up taking a lot of whey protein. And a lot of the whey protein probably is all vegan, a whole bunch of other stuff, a whole bunch of other mixes. By all means, they have nothing against that. There's nothing against that. What's your thoughts on boron? I usually take borax instead of boron because boron, technically, we need anywhere between 10 to 30 milligrams a day. And to actually get take about 10 pills of the boron because due to the FDA and a whole bunch of other stuff, they won't allow no more than about probably 2 or 3 milligrams per capsule. So it's better if you get it from borax. By crystals in the body, you mean like overcalcifications? Yes. So what happens is when you eat, let's say, I'll give you an example. So when you eat spinach or you eat kale, they're very heavy in oxalate. Oxalate is like an anti-nutrient. And these oxalates are like crystals. They end up getting attached around your joints and stuff. And that's what causes it. How much borax? 1/8 of a teaspoon. You have to mix it with 1 liter of water, Tina. I have it in my ebook as well, too. The one, the cheat book. So if you get a chance to download it, it has about 100 different issues listed, and I'm actually growing the list as well, too, even further. Living in Florida, very difficult to get grass-fed meat. What can I do? You can eat commercialized meat, which is fine. Just make sure you're not eating the fat. That's the best thing I can tell you. You can eat the beef, but don't eat the fat because the fat is what carry most of the toxins. Leroy, you said you think before you mention certain things, it's better to actually show some scientific literature about it. Cooking does reduce oxalate, but it does not reduce a whole lot. Probably like maybe 5-10%. That's it. Beef bone is good, yes. Eat it with calcium. The calcium will bind to the oxalate. Yeah, usually we say eat it with the cheese, a piece of cheese. The calcium in the cheese will actually bind to the oxalate, which is correct, Daniel. Yeah, but who cares about the kale? Kale does not have much nutrient density. Doesn't do anything for your gut. You eat it, it comes out the same thing. Your body does not even absorb it correctly. Any herbs for sleep? Um, Herbs you can do. I have a list actually of specific herbs you can mix together. K2, put calcium in your bones. You mean vitamin K3? Got a lot of vitamin A. That's what they want you to think. Not a whole lot. It's not as highly absorbable. It's beta carotene. By the time it actually converts to retinol, you're already going to lose probably 80-90% of it. So it's not a whole lot. Vitamin K2 by itself will do the job without the vitamin D3. Vitamin K2 on its own is going to regulate your calcium. It's not whether it puts calcium back into your bones. It's just going to regulate your calcium. Yeah, this mushroom coffee is actually not bad. It has a nice flavor. What time is it in Canada? It's 9 p.m. Usually I don't come in that late. This is a second time, I think. Yesterday I left about this time. So should we not eat the fat from the grass fed? No, no, you can eat it. The only reason I was telling the other person do not eat the fat from the beef because it's not a grass fed, grass finished. Because the fat will contain most of the toxins. Chamomile tea is not bad. It works good if you actually add the cherry tart with it, and several classes of stimulants in addition to caffeine. It's California. Oh, it is the same. Okay, that's pretty cool. Cows are vegan. They are vegan, yeah, and that's why they taste so good. So technically, I'm eating a nice vegan meat. Oh, Benjamin, sorry I missed some questions. I'd love to book a chat with you from UK. I don't take any medications. Are you currently taking any supplementation at all, or just mostly what's happening? What's going on? What are you experiencing? We can definitely talk about it for sure. We can go into a lot more in details. Thoughts on blending in green leafy vegetables high in oxalates. Why would you want to blend it? Why don't you just eat it as a salad? Why do you want to blend it? If it's high in oxalates, put some cheese on top, and therefore the calcium can bind to some of the oxalates. But don't overdo it because less than 1% of plants are edible. Not everything is edible as plants. I don't take medication, amino acids sometimes. Sulbutamine, okay. Are you taking any vitamin D3 or anything like that? Or borax? I've taken creatine. Creatine is actually good to actually boost up your mitochondria. It's better to take it with D-ribose, so you can get a better boost that way. Because the higher the mitochondria is, the better the levels you are, the better you can actually, and the faster you can heal. Well, that's what I would do. And anything else other than creatine, or that's pretty much it. Take care, Leroy. Have a good night. I took too much D3, gave me some lower back. How much D3 did you take? It only gives you, if you take too much D3, yes, you will increase your calcium. That's why it's really essential to take it with vitamin K2. Donating blood is good. At least if you can do it once every 3 months would be ideal. Especially if you tend to eat a lot of meat and you have high iron levels. And it's good for a lot of men because it actually prevents coagulations, which is excellent. Oh, you took 100,000 IU? So whenever you actually go that high, you always have to take vitamin K2 just to prevent the excess of calcium buildup, right? So whenever you take anything over 100,000 IU, like I've taken 250,000 IU, but you gotta take in the upper 300 to 10,000 micrograms of vitamin K2 to actually regulate your calcium correctly, or else it's gonna end up depositing in certain areas, and probably that's why you end up having lower back pain. So all that stuff kind of plays in hand. So you have to be careful. That's why the ideal number of vitamin D3 is usually 1000 IU per 25 pound of body weight. If you are going to exceed that amount, especially if you don't know what your levels of vitamin D3 or calcium are, always good to kind of have the K2 as a backup. Found out that friend took the wants to know if there's anything he can take. All you can do is take D-ribose to boost up your mitochondria so you can fire off the issue with some vitamin C. Not much you can do as far as detoxification other than possible zeolite because the heavy metals stay in your cells for a long time. I've tried citrulline, taurine, NAC. Citrulline doesn't really work unless you're taking alpha lipoic acid with it. Taurine does work, NAC work, but you have to take them in mega doses. Taurine, you have to take 3,000 milligrams every 3 hours. NAC, you have to take 2,400 milligrams every 4 hours. My pancreatic tail is scared related to ANSA pancreatic. Anything to do with pancreatitis, let's see, or pancreatic tail, it's all about your enzymes not functioning correctly. I need more information. Hey Prince, how are you? I'm so sorry. Can you explain again about the lower back and D3? So what happened is if you end up taking, so I had one person on YouTube because I have two channels going right now. So whenever you're taking vitamin D3 at a high dose, he was taking a high dose of 100,000 IU. So whenever you take a high dose, higher than what your body requires, it's always good to actually take a vitamin K2 to actually regulate your calcium. If you don't take a vitamin K2 to regulate your calcium, then you're gonna end up having more calcium deposits somewhere in your body. So in that case, possibly it could be happen that happened to actually end up being high levels in the lower back and end up getting lower back pain. So anytime you actually exceed the specific amount of vitamin D3, like I was taking 250,000 IU a couple times, you just gotta make sure you're taking vitamin K2 to prevent that. So the vitamin K2 will prevent the high levels of calcium because it will actually continue regulating it. And sometimes we add magnesium to actually help with the methylation process. Just you don't end up overdosing and causing calcifications. I hope that answers your question, Pearl. So yeah, that coffee, the mushroom coffee is not bad. It's just I don't know if I like it. Different flavor, very, very light. Hey Marie, how are you? What are you eating? Oh, I was drinking some mushroom coffee. I know I had it late. I just want to see if it actually keeps me awake or it'll let me go to sleep. I think it only has about, I don't know how much. It doesn't say how much caffeine, probably like 60 milligrams. This is what I was having. I just got this. One of the ladies sent it to me to actually try it out locally. And it has about 6 different mushrooms in it. So I had it in my little cup. You're supposed to put 3 teaspoons per 1 cup of 250 ml. This is like about 100 ml, so I put 3 scoops in there. Just gonna increase the taste of it. Contact me please in your free time or whenever is best for you. Bengi man, you can actually, if you go to my website, you can book a time and we can actually talk about everything in specific if you like. And we can kind of draft out a plan or a protocol that you can actually follow, and we can actually go a lot more in specifics from there. If you go to my website of YouTube there, you can actually access it and you can check my schedule based on your time zone. Benefits of cherry or the juice. Saw supplements sold at the store. So cherry tart, they usually sell at the store. It's usually, cherry tart would be like a precursor for, let's say, melatonin, for example. So instead of taking melatonin, like some people take melatonin, and what happens is that the body does not require melatonin to fall asleep, it will actually keep you awake. So if you take cherry tart will actually give your body whatever melatonin it requires. That's one thing. But again, with the cherry tart, it does actually gets rid of oxalate from your body, and it does actually anybody that has gout pain or gout issues will actually get rid of it as well too. Where do you live? I'm in Canada. Is that mushroom tea good? This is my second time trying it. It has not bad of a flavor. I can't compare it to coffee. I drink my coffee black espresso, so this one is kind of a little bit light. The question is, I just want to make sure the mushrooms they do have an effect. I can't tell you for sure yet because I haven't really felt anything. It's been 2 days trying it, and I tried it tonight. Well, for health wise, lion's mane is good for your brain, cordyceps is good for the heart, reishi to actually help relaxation, turkey tail, and all the other stuff, and chaga, an antioxidant, and it does have MCT. It's supposed to be good overall. It's not a tea, it's a coffee. So they actually have Arabica coffee mixed with the mushrooms. So it's a nice little blend. So this is like a mushroom latte, and it does have coconut milk, Arabica coffee, and it has the mushroom 30%, beta glucan blend. We have one, two, three, four, five. You got six different type of mushrooms mixed in here, and it does have MCT oil 8. So this is it. I have it on the website. I just put it up on the website. If you guys want to check it out, try it out. Some people love lion's mane. It works for them. For me, it's a hit and miss. Asking for a friend, really anything for hemorrhoids? Not really. You have to stay away from spicy stuff, stay away from cayenne till it actually heals. Most of the time, hemorrhoids are caused by two things, either spices and hot, or the person sits on a cold bench too often, end up causing hemorrhoids. And if none of these two are causing the hemorrhoids, the only other thing is consuming certain things that overstimulates your bladder, forcing the person to actually have loose nerve endings. A message was sent and the message was retracted. I didn't get a chance to actually see it. So you can definitely, so that's the only thing I can probably recommend for hemorrhoids. But usually it is something that it becomes loose. Sometimes taking too much magnesium glycinate, the glycine in it, if it's too high, it causes that sometimes as well too, because the nerves they become so flexible and so loose. So, but most of the time that I've seen it does happen from taking too much cayenne. And trust me, there's a lot of people been taking a lot of cayenne recently, and beginning a lot of people actually having hemorrhoids. So I had to do a test myself, and I ended up getting it once. It took like freaking 4 days to actually heal from it. You can't even sit on the toilet, you can't even wipe, you can't even do anything. And it is painful. I know a lot of people laugh about it, but it is painful. I know a lot of people have had it even on the chat here. But anytime you're using it, you gotta be careful. So what was your recommendation? I only just joined. Oh, for the cayenne, you gotta take don't overtake too much, like some people are doing. Like if you especially if it's a 90,000 heat units, keep it minimal. Maybe like once a day, 1/4 teaspoon divided into like two or three doses. You're gonna do more than that. Maybe the max is like two 1/4 teaspoons. More than that, you could cause an issue. Thanks for your advice on increasing blood platelet. Followed what you said, and today was the first time in years levels were high enough that I was allowed to donate blood. Thank you. That's awesome. That's good to hear. I'm glad everything is working good for you. That's really good. I got it when I gave birth of my second son. I healed, thanks God. Yeah, it's very, very crucial, very painful, and I'm glad you did. Because some people actually, I've had only one patient. It took him almost 2.5 weeks to actually heal from it, and it's very, very scary because They couldn't do anything. They couldn't go. They couldn't eat. They couldn't go out in public. They couldn't do anything. Just they were in so much pain and they couldn't even sit. So it was very, very bad for them. But we finally got to it. It took 2 weeks because he had it for a while, going back and forth, and he didn't know where it was coming from. So we actually broke down all his food intake and so specific, and we finally figured out, the amount of peppers and spices and other things he's actually been putting. It's funny. You ask a patient, well, what are you eating today? Well, I had eggs and sausage, and for lunch we had a steak and stuff. And once we start to kind of break it down, exactly what's been used on every single item, then you actually know exactly what they've been doing. I'm sorry, my TikTok froze. You don't need to go into it in depth, but what did you do for hemorrhoids? For hemorrhoids, all you gotta do is just pretty much eliminate any type of stimulants and anything that actually cause any type of spiciness in the diet, because that's what actually aggravates it. Sometimes too much glycine in the diet happens. So as long as you are aware of that, because you don't want to end up having the issue with the hemorrhoids, because the endings of the nerves becomes too weak, and that's probably the only thing you can do. You can't really. There's some herbs you can take, but they're not as effective. No matter what, anybody that gets it is gonna take them roughly at least a good, probably 3 4 days. And I always kind of recommend going on a carnivorous diet, because this way you don't have to be on the toilet for too long. Going on a carnivore diet, pretty much you're gonna end up utilizing pretty much all your product, all your food intake, and you're not gonna have so much output. So this way you can allow your hemorrhoids to actually heal correctly. It's not whether it's a supplement that you can take. It's more of just kind of watching the food you're consuming and what you're using for peppers and cayenne and anything with a stimulant. You just gotta be careful. And sometimes I've seen a couple people end up getting the hemorrhoids because overutilizing of fiber. Sometimes overutilizing fiber, where you're constantly having like a soft stool effect the whole time. That actually causes weakness as well too, and you end up damaging. So there's a lot of things to kind of consider, a lot of things to actually look into. I can't believe I drank coffee at freaking 9 o'clock at night. We'll see if it'll actually allow me to sleep or not. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna take some more magnesium. We'll see if it'll knock me out. Do you feel energized? No, I feel sleepy actually. Is it okay to eat banana every day? If you consider that's your simple carbohydrate with last meal of the day, is fine. Only being last meal of the day. Bananas are very, very high in sugar, so you just gotta be careful of how much you consume. You can always do it, Marie, like 1 day in, 1 day out, or 2 days in, 1 day out kind of thing, um, cycle it, so you're not eating it on a single day. Are you getting bananas with the seed, Marie? I don't think there is anymore any. I haven't. I think the last banana I had was like 6 years ago. Was always seedless. A lot of our products are seedless now. You can't even get anything. That's why we lost so much dense nutrients on a lot of these foods, which is too bad. They're all becoming more man-made more than anything. Yeah, it's seedless or all GMO, right? And there's no seeded bananas anymore. I don't think they even exist anymore. I think the last time that I've seen one that had some would probably like 15 years ago. It's very rare you'll actually come across of them unless you actually get them from somebody locally growing it. And still, the one that they actually grow is still not the original bananas that we used to have years ago. Probably some tropical island have them. Yeah, I was trying to actually get a hold of some tropical island places so I can actually get the seeds, but for certain vegetables or fruits, but we don't even have that access anymore. Yeah, a lot of that food is not safe anymore. What's the reason for keeping the simple carbs for end of day? It's better to actually spike your insulin at night. So this way, instead of actually spiking your insulin during the daytime and causing um, your triglyceride to go up, if you spike it at night, it will actually, because insulin makes things grow and it makes things and it repair things. So if you do it at night, it will actually repair things. If you do it during the daytime, it's going to make things grow. So if you're not going to utilize it during the daytime, you can actually have put on weight, and you can actually end up having high triglycerides as well too. Is the food safe? Our food since 1939 has not been the same anymore. My blood sugar is normal. It's okay if I take chromium. Yeah, you can take chromium, 200 milligrams or micrograms should be fine. Berberine as well. Just make sure you cycle the berberine every 45 days. Sorry, I missed it. Did you say burning feet when laying in bed is a parasite? Who said that? Maybe somebody must have did. Did I say it? I got some from Colombia the other day. What a difference. That's where I'm from. Oh, probably a huge difference in flavor and taste and quality. It would be amazing. And if you have the seed, I would actually take the seed and maybe grow like a small little plant. That'd be awesome. So burning in the feet is sometimes is due to everything happens in the gut. What causes gray hair is mostly loss of copper and sometimes underactive thyroid. That coffee is making me thirsty like crazy. Now I'm gonna end up going to the freaking urinating every freaking hour when I go to sleep tonight, which just sucks. I'm gonna stay 7 more minutes before my phone dies. So it'll be like 9:30 my time. I think that's the ideal time. Let's see if there's any more questions. No more questions tonight, eh? For a Friday night. So already have past my bedtime probably because I'm up at 4 every day. If you don't mind asking, what's your roots? Originally from Lebanon. Have a great evening. Hey, Tina, thanks so much. You too as well. I got 6 more minutes. Why so early? Because Duke wakes me up early. He he was sleeping beside me. 4 o'clock. He gets up and he started freaking hitting me. I'm like, wake up, wake up. I'm like, what the hell do you want? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Go back to sleep. Because he kept bugging me, bugging me, bugging me. He wanted to go outside and pee. So I took him outside and peed. I'm up. I turn on the coffee machine. He's back in bed sleeping. How come you are drinking coffee so late? I have no clue. I was just trying it out to see whether it's gonna keep me awake all night or it's gonna knock me off. Because sometimes they say if you drink coffee with vitamin B6, zinc, and creatine, it actually knocks you into deep sleep. So I'm gonna try that. I'm off to buy a copper drinking cup then. Yeah, you can do that. Keep in mind, every liter you drink in it is gonna give you 2 milligrams of copper. Have a good night, Habibi. Hey, you speak Arabic. Cheers to that job. Does romaine lettuce have oxalates? No, it doesn't. Is it common to have palpitations after eating? What do you think? The only reason it's happening because you're throwing off the balance of potassium to magnesium. You're actually a magnesium deficient, Maria. So probably it's better to go download my ebook on how to fix arrhythmia, heart arrhythmia. So palpitation falls in the heart arrhythmia categories. What can I do for pain? What kind of pain? How your day? My day so far so good. It's almost end of night, Anish. What can I do for pain? What kind of pain? Like muscle pain, body pain, joint pain? Where in Canada are you? I've been to Canada 3 times. I'm in British Columbia right now. Was in Calgary, huh? My day is good. So far so good. Very long day. Tiring. Widespread. So fibromyalgia, is that what you have? What is your ebook called? what is it called? Heart arrhythmia or fix heart arrhythmia. I just wrote it like 4 or 5 days ago because I had so many people requesting about, ectopic and irregular heartbeat, AFib, tachycardia. All that falls under the same thing. Palpitations all fall under that same category. What can I take for high cholesterol? Go download my ebook, Jay. And I have a few supplements you can actually take for your high cholesterol to actually prevent them from oxidizing. What can I do for numbness in the hand, nerves issue? You gotta take L-carnitine and liposomal, 3,000 milligrams. In women, can arrhythmia be caused by menopause? Yes, because menopause will actually cause a deficiency in some of your minerals, and that's why it happens. So you actually have to fulfill that missing gap of that mineral. Where do we get the ebook from? If you go to my website, to my main website, it's usually when you click on my picture profile, you can actually access the ebook. I saw on the news recently that niacin is bad for arteries and heart disease. Is it true? They've been after niacin for the past 70 years. Niacin has an 84 years old history for actually controlling lipids, and pharmaceuticals been trying to shut it down. This is the seventh time, and they still keep coming up with bullshit studies after study trying to shut it down. It's never gonna happen. Fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and osteoporosis. Also, you need a few things to take. So, Mary, probably best to book a time with me. Then we can actually set up protocol because you have to kind of take some borax, magnesium, vitamin D, K2, all that stuff at a very high mega dose. I highly recommend Maurice. He has helped me in so many ways, especially my knee pain, all gone. Marie, thanks so much for the comment, as always. I really appreciate that. Thank you. How can I get the whole mineral the whole body needs? You can get yourself some magnesium ionic chloride that has all the 8 trace minerals in it. I have the link on my profile picture for the one I use. You can check it out. It comes in directly from Australia. Thanks as always. Have a rest of the evening. You too are. Cheers. Thank you. What's good naturally for B12 liver? Do you think a Hertz is something that women should be taking in menopause? Do you think hurt? What do you mean, do you think hurt? Do you think HRT is something that women should be taking? No, you should not. There's no point of taking HRT. Why do you want to take it? Just because you're in a menopause? You shouldn't. You don't have to. You just kind of balance your hormonal level. That's all you have to do. L-carnitine with the B6, yeah, B6 will actually help with the uptake of L-carnitine unless you're able to get L-carnitine in liposomal, then you don't need your vitamin B6. And make sure the vitamin B6 is P5P for the form, so you can actually get a proper absorption rate. I take the liposomal version myself, so I don't ever take the vitamin B6. You got 2 minutes, guys. The brand I take. This is the brand I take. I don't know if you can see this. It's by Livon Labs. That's the one I take for the acetyl L-carnitine. It's 1,000 milligrams. That one. I don't know if you can see it. You guys can see it there. That's the one I take. 1,000 milligrams. I usually take about 3 of these a day. And sometimes I take all 3 at once. So it's 1,000 milligrams for that one. So you can definitely get something like that if you want. Or you can actually, if you're going to get the powder, this is very expensive. If you're going to get the powder, then do add the vitamin B6 P5P, at least 200 milligrams you need to add. Or you can get this one instead. Kind of compare the cost. Because this one I get it here in Canada is just by the time we pay the import fees from the US, end up costing quite a bit. But if you can get it in the US, maybe cheaper, then go for it. Go to the website, Live on Labs. Well, the L-carnitine is, depends what you want to use it for. You can use it for weight loss, you can use it for cognition, and you can use it for muscle building. But keep in mind that actually it takes your fat and actually it boosts up your mitochondria level. So it's really good, especially for people that have heart issues. I get sweat too much at night and wake up with nausea. I'm 61, female, please help. Do you eat a lot of carbohydrates? If you eat a lot of carbohydrates, you're actually having a carb sweat. How do you balance women's hormones? Well, we gotta check. We gotta check your DHEA, your estradiol, your free T3, reverse T3. We have to check all that just to make sure everything is balanced and see where you're off. If you're off in DHEA, if you're off in your T3 levels, then we can actually customize certain supplementation based on that. So you can book a time with me. We can talk about it. No, no, what? Oh, you don't eat any carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, like we're talking vegetables. Tosi Coffee Farm, Coffee Farm. I was just having some coffee at night. What kind of coffee is it? Tosi Coffee Farm. Tell me about your coffee. So one thing is as well, sometimes over sweating at night sometimes could be a parasite in your bladder. I don't know if you've had Arabica coffee, 100% Arabica coffee, organic in Kenya. Is that where you're located? I'm a huge coffee fan. I just had some right now with mushroom. Organic coffee. Tosi Coffee Farm. That's awesome. You're gonna send me a bag so we can try it out and I can tell you my feedback. So people that make veggie drinks every day is bad? Yes, very high in oxalates. Very high in oxalates. You gotta be careful. It's better to actually have like a piece of cheese with it, Mary, just so you can actually bind to the oxalates. Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. This we can do. Like I just had this mushroom coffee for this company and we shared it with everyone. I haven't really felt anything from it. I think it's a little bit, a little bit sweet, but it doesn't have like a good rich coffee flavor. I'm a huge coffee fan, so I can tell you exactly whether the coffee is good or not. I drink about 2 or 3 cups a day. Mostly Arabica coffee as well, 100% organic. Some are grown here locally, actually, because in the area I'm in, they actually have access to grow the coffee, which is nice. Hi Maurice, how can I lower my cortisol? It's above 500. Start taking L-theanine. Where are you at? I'm in Canada. Where are you at, Tosi? Are you in Kenya? Or do you just import the coffee from Kenya? L-theanine will actually lower your cortisol, but I'd like to check your DHEA levels. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles. Oh, nice. So you have a location for the coffee in Los Angeles? Is that what you do? Is multiple sclerosis caused by parasite in your opinion? Not entirely. Not entirely. It's most of the time it's food related. So the food you eat, they are either causing a disease or you're curing one. And sometimes, you might think you're eating super healthy and whatnot, but you're actually it's causing more issues in your body. I have a coffee farm in Kenya. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. I'll have to look you up to see where you're at. Maybe I can order a bag and actually try it out. I don't know if you do ship to Canada or, but definitely would be interesting. You never hear about wild a pen? Karen, wild a pen. I'll have to look into it. Sorry. Have you tried the Blue Mountain coffee? I have, yes. I had a friend that actually went to Jamaica and got me a bag. Um, and to be honest with you, so far, out of all the coffees I've had, I think that's been my favorite. The unfortunate thing, it only got me like a small bag of 200 grams, so it lasted me like 5 days, but it was like incredible. It was incredible. I went to order some and they wouldn't ship here, so I know Amazon has it, but the problem is by the time you get it, it's already oxidized. My HDL are high, and doctors want me to take a high dose statin. They ruined my life before. What do you mean your HDL is high? Is it over 80? Yay, I'm from Jamaica. No, you can send me one of the Blue Mountain coffee. They're my favorite. I think the last time I had it was like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's been about 5 years when I had it. It was like a small bag I got sent to me. Oh, that'd be awesome. So far, I heard it is one of the best coffee. And I've tried it and I actually enjoyed it. Just didn't really get a chance to enjoy it fully because I didn't actually have a chance to really like enjoy it for a whole month. It was like only like a 200 grams that lasted me like not even 5 days. My grandma cannot stand her stomach pain. Any idea what it could be? She come negative on H. pylori. Stomach pain is usually your intestine. 6 milligrams Australian reading. 6 milligrams. I mean 6 milligrams per deciliter? It can't be six. That's very low. Very low levels of HDL. Unless you're saying it's 60 milligrams per deciliter. Even 60 is very low. Like unless you're over 80, then we have an issue. 6 milligrams per deciliter is very low for the HDL numbers. I'll have to look at the whole numbers. Please talk about high cholesterol. What would you like to know about high cholesterol? High cholesterol is your brain. Your brain is 85% cholesterol. Your body works on cholesterol. Cholesterol is nothing bad about it. Cholesterol becomes bad only if it's actually being oxidized. If your cholesterol is not oxidized, why should you worry? High LDL cholesterol means nothing. What is high LDL? What to do about pre-diabetic? Change your diet. Stop eating anything that is seed oils and anything that is processed. Switch your carbohydrates from first meal to last meal of the day. Book a time with me and I can give you a protocol to follow. And you can actually be back to normal. The bad cholesterol? What do you mean bad cholesterol? There's no such thing as bad cholesterol. There's no such thing as good and bad cholesterol. Ratio is 6.1 millimolar. Oh, you're talking about millimolar. Lancet is very high. I don't care about the ratio, Nads. What is your LDL, HDL, and triglyceride? Guys, keep in mind, there is no such thing as bad cholesterol. Don't assume that if you have LDL is bad and HDL is good. Cholesterol is cholesterol. It's whether it's being oxidized or not. What's causing your cholesterol to oxidize is whether you're eating seed oils, processed foods, ingredients that your body cannot recognize, such as exotoxins like MSG and other manufactured products. Don't assume just because you have high cholesterol. High cholesterol is there and it's telling you, hey, wake up. The food you're consuming is causing your cholesterol to go up because you actually need cholesterol to be up because there is antioxidants trying to save your life. How do you know if it's being oxidized? You can get a special test. Connect with me, Paul. We can actually talk about it in specific, and we can actually get these special testing done. MSG is not good. No, it's not good. It's the excitotoxins. It causes most of the damage from cholesterol. And that's why I end up seeing high cholesterol levels, because it's damaging. It's worse than seed oils. Guys, if anybody, if you talk to anybody, if you talk to a nutritionist or you talk to a doctor and tell them, hey, listen, I have high cholesterol, and if he tells you, here, let me put you on some statins and let me put you on some stuff, he's not your friend. He's just after your pocket. The question is, even if your cholesterol is high, there's 7 factors that will tell us whether your cholesterol is being oxidized or not. If your cholesterol is being oxidized, then we can fix it. What's a healthy cholesterol in Canada? Is Canada? Whether in Canada or US, as long as you're actually below 400, you're good. Statins is what cause 80-90% of the defects in the brain. Yeah, 400. Anything below up to 400 is good. 400, I think in Canada is like, what is it, 8 millimolar, and in the US is 400 milligrams per deciliter, I believe. But yeah, 400. Now, 15 years later, they actually came up with a new number. Your cholesterol has to be below 200, which is another bullshit. The question is, once your cholesterol start to go up, the question is, you have to ask yourself, why? Why is it high? Why is it in the upper 600? So what's causing that to kind of escalate? Is it because my diet? Is it because I'm doing something not good? So that's what you have to ask yourself. Right now, you guys are just throwing numbers at me, like 600 or 6.7 millimolar and 600 milligrams per deciliter. I'm not gonna give you an answer because I don't know what your lifestyle is like. I don't know what your diet is like. I don't know what the hell do you eat. I don't know whether you eat like 2 meals a day or you eat 5 meals a day. I don't know if you snack or you craze. Like, so there's a lot of things we have to look into specifics. There's a lot of questions I have to ask to know exactly why is it high, so I can actually fix it for you. I don't want to go just after the symptom, tell you, okay, take berberine or take this supplement and it's going to lower it for you. I need to know a little bit more detailed about you, why it's going up so high. Then we can do some testing to see if it's actually being oxidized, or is it a gene mutation that got activated. I don't care what your doctor says. Your doctor has no clue what he's talking about. Over the past 15 years, cholesterol has dropped more than eight times, from the upper 450 down to 200. They just want more money into their pocket. It's $1 billion industry. Statins. And you know what? When you take statins, what happens? You'll become in a working class zone, not a thinking class zone, because the first thing it's going to go after is your freaking brain, is your mind, is your muscle. What is your largest muscle in the body? Do you guys know? It's your heart. Do you wonder why you have to take coenzyme Q10 when you go on statins? Well, you have no thyroid. You're probably taking thyroid medication to actually balance it, and that's why it's actually escalating your cholesterol, because of the thyroid medication. I eat pork, fish, chicken, and some beef. Cheers to that. Hey, I eat a carnivorous diet for the past 10 and a half years. My cholesterol is in the upper 700. Am I supposed to worry? Hell no. Rice rarely and potatoes early. Perfect. So you're following a good routine. Nothing to be worried about. How to get rid of polyps in gallbladder. You gotta do a gallbladder flush, but you gotta take some animal products too. And make sure you guys, when you wake up early morning, or if it is early morning for you guys, make sure like your first meal, to get like really good like cholesterol quality, make sure you have at least like 4 or 5 eggs, and make sure the egg yolk is not fully cooked, like nice and rare, and put some Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt on top, a little bit of cayenne, and enjoy it. That's like real food. No toast, no no bread, no sugars, nothing. Eggs are your favorite friend. Eggs are actually very high in omega 3s. You got saturated, unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats. You got everything in it. It's one of your best dense nutrient food you could ever have. Like, I eat about 10 eggs a day, give or take between 6 and 10 if I can get some good quality eggs on a daily basis. High in choline, good for the liver, for fatty liver disease, all that stuff. Do you think infrared sauna age you? I don't know. I don't use infrared sauna. I don't like them much because actually it drains out a lot of your minerals. And if you lose a lot of minerals, probably, yes, that's why it's aging you. It ages a person 100%. Imagine you work so hard to actually get as much trace minerals in your body, and we go on a freaking sauna and we flush them out. We flush them out because we think we're gonna actually flush out all the inorganic material heavy metals, which is you do, but a fraction, very small fraction, but yet you lose all your good minerals. And you end up getting like palpitations or a regular heartbeat because you lost so much minerals from your body. It's crazy. Anything that is man made, guys, stay away from. As simple as that. Go back to what is free. Grounding is free. Breathing is free. Drinking spring water is free. Go back to the old days. What is free, go for it. Don't go for anything heavily man processed, man made bullshit. That's what gets us sick. I have lemon water, cayenne pepper every morning now. Hope it helps and watching my diet. You can, I would, yeah, you're doing fine. You just, because of your thyroid and all that stuff that's gonna causing the high levels, go get a blood test called LPPLA2 just to make sure there's no soft plaque. I do hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Is it good? Oh yeah, that's one of the best thing you can ever do. If I can have one thing, that's the only thing that I would actually have, the hyperbaric oxygen, or have like my own oxygen machine, because our oxygen right now is freaking depleted. Root vegetables, sweet potatoes, carrots, stuff like that, not too bad. So carnivore is not good? Why would you say that? I've been on a carnivore for 10 years. Carnivore is the main thing you should actually stick to. It's what's mostly bioavailable to the body. Meat heals. Keep that in mind, guys. Meat heals. I just had like 2.5 pounds of meat today. It was actually super delicious. And I had 3 eggs in the morning, 3 eggs at night. So that's 6 eggs in total. And I had 4 ounces of cheese. And we just had this freaking mushroom latte bullshit. But it's starting to knock me out to sleep, actually. It's supposed to keep me awake and it's knocking me out. Now I'm going to add a creatine and zinc so I can have like these crazy dreams. And I can tell you guys all about it tomorrow. I know I was only going to stay like 2 minutes and leave. And now I'm staying like an extra 9 minutes. Let's see what. Let's see. My phone is like 4%. Is gonna die any minute. Isn't cheese dairy bad for cholesterol? Um, what's wrong with cholesterol? Can you please explain, Charizard? Tell me what's wrong with cholesterol, please. I got a bug that actually walked in here. Peace, man. Take care. Cheers, Noli. How does it work with high blood pressure? Well, keep in mind that actually it prevents coagulation. Prevents coagulation, you're not gonna have high blood pressure. Do you have cholesterol? I have cholesterol, and it likes me. The cholesterol loves me. It doesn't oxidize. Well, I was informed the saturated fat in the dairy is not good. I don't know whoever tells you that he's not your friend, he's just after your money. How can I send you a picture of results? You can actually email it to me. What cause cold in the body? Lack of flow, coagulation, glycation effect. Why the eggs with runny yolk? I don't like to actually cook the yolk because if you do cook the yolk, keep in mind they are heat sensitive. And heat sensitive, because they are heat sensitive, you will lose your omega 3s and monounsaturated fats. And you really don't want to lose them because they're actually very essential. So that's why I keep the yolk very runny. So if I do it boiled, I will actually stick the egg in the boiled water for 6 minutes. I take it out and put it under cold water. So the white is cooked, but the yolk is nice and raw. And if I'm gonna do like pan fry it, I just gonna cover it until the white is cooked and the yellow is nice and runny. And it's actually really, really creamy and tastes really good. No, no more hard boiled egg for me then. Why? You gotta just make sure, just eat them as like make sure the yolk is not cooked at all. Because keep in mind, you have saturated fats can actually handle the heat, no problem. But you have monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. That's how you get your essential fatty acids, especially your omega-3. So if you actually overcook the egg, pretty much you're just wasting the omega-3, which is not a really good way to do it. I did this yesterday. Your 6 minute method was hard as a rock, really? Unless the eggs that you have are like freaking tiny. The eggs that I have are like this big. They're like pretty large. What to do for sinus infection? Take ephedrine and take NAC, 2400 milligrams every 4 hours. I sent you email. Okay, perfect. I'll look at it tomorrow. Yeah, oh, you have a small egg. So small eggs compared to the large eggs. So the large eggs, I should have maybe said that a little bit better. So the large eggs, I put them in for 6 minutes. The small eggs, I usually put them no more than about 3 minutes, maximum 4 minutes, just so I can keep the yolk running. Like these small eggs that I have, I do them only like 3-4 minutes. Like right now, I have small eggs. Like look at these eggs that I have; they're very tiny. But the bigger eggs that I have, I usually put them for about 6 minutes. Name your 3 supplements or vitamins you recommend. Why? So you can actually go buy them and start taking them. What are you going to use them for first? I like magnesium, I like nitric oxide, and I like niacin. These are my top 3 right now. Top 3 vitamins. Okay, guys, I do have to get going. It's almost 10 p.m. That's the same size. Okay, 3 minutes today. Yeah, try the 3 minutes. 3 minutes max 4. I do niacin flush 1 time a month. Why 1 time a month? You should be doing that daily. So try it out D for about 3 minutes, maximum 4. Take it out and put it under cold water. And let me know how it works out for you. And let me know how good the yolk tastes now. It's not going to be hard. Okay, guys, you guys have a nice evening. I got to wake up at 4. It's 10 p.m. already. I know I would love to stay a little bit later, but I'm up every day at 4. So it's brutal, even on the weekend. What can I do? I have to work. So you guys take care. Have a nice evening. Happy Friday night and happy Friday morning. No, happy Friday night for some of you guys and happy Saturday morning for some of you guys. In the meantime, we'll probably chat tomorrow and I'll show you what I've done outside in the house. Cheers, guys.